Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian Espinal, and joining me through Discord, it is my partner in crime. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
Called partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, man?
Hello, friend. How are you feeling?
Mr. Blue Beetle on the shirt. I'm feeling great. And it's dope shirt.
Yeah. I brought the dope.
Brian with his top knot.
Hell yeah. Speaking of
looking
which,
fly too.
It is Edgelord 64 ounces. Big news, Brian.
What's up, boyos?
Hello, friend. Lucas is also... He's 6'4". Lucas is also joining us. He is down there sleeping. Our dog, Lucas. You won't be able to see him very clearly, but he's down there. Just know there's a cute doggo down there. Very excited. This is our 99th episode, you guys. Next week we'll be hitting 100, so I am in very high spirits today. So excited. But we still got a great show for our number 99. Let's get into plugs really fast. Before we get into it, you can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37 on Instagram as well.
Oh yeah, Brian.
You can find me at b.esp and both Instagram and Twitter.
You sure?
Wait, you want to think about that, buddy? You want to try it again?
You can find me also on twitch.tv/itspunchline. I stream whenever a star explodes and it reaches like the Earth's atmosphere. That's when you'll be able to catch me streaming.
Yeah, just I guess follow Brian on Twitter, and then that's where he'll tell you he's streaming, like he should be. You gotta learn to promote, bro. You gotta be more like energetic about it. You gotta be like, I'm streaming, I'm playing Valorant, or I'm
playing tactical RPGs. Watch me. Watch me dominate the competition.
For real.
Come on, bro.
Watch me beat a diamond rank team or whatever the lingo is.
Sure, bud.
But
sure.
Yeah, follow him on that.
Right.
Follow his stream. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter because we do a weekly audience really good chapter of the week poll. I don't the results are supposed to be actually like due tomorrow. We're doing an early show, so like there's still a day left at the poll. I'm gonna announce the front runner, I guess. But the poll will be open until tomorrow, so you can change your destiny this week still if you hear this podcast in time and are able to get there. So follow us on Twitter. Poll goes up every Sunday after the chapters are released on the official Viz website. That's how we do it here. And follow our theme song guy, Drumfoo, at drum_foo. Very talented individual. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. Or a comment below on the video you're watching. Speaking of the video you're watching, if you want to listen to this as a podcast, we're on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, Pandora, Amazon Music. We're on all of those platforms. So check out the link below in your description and find us there. Also, if you're listening audio and you want to see us in person and you want to see what we do visually, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would be super sweet. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that jazz. So yeah, all that stuff. And without further ado, let's get into the podcast. It is time to randomize. Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 52, To You From Me. Last we left off, Unknown sacrificed one of his lives to bring victory to our heroes. And we're opening up with color pages because this is the first year anniversary of Undead Unluck. It has, I guess...
What?
Yeah. This has been running for
it started a whole year ago?
52 weeks. This is chapter 52. So I think without break, well, excluding the holidays or whatever, I don't think Undead Unluck has really ever taken a break. So it's been running for 52 consecutive weeks. this is its 1 year anniversary. I'm very happy for it. A lot. It feels like a ton has happened in just a year of this series' serialization, but you know, it's good to be here. We start off with basically the story that we've been following this entire time, as the protagonists basically fight this new modded up Autumn. We get like the backstory of Ano that we were already told. Kind of. I think it's like a little redundant. I'm like, why did we flash back if we're gonna get all this? But you know what? It's pretty cool to see like the action happening in the time. It also confirms that Ano did create a version of himself, like the unknown that we know is just a drawing used by the G pen artifact that made him come to life. So unknown is still out there. And
not dead.
So I wish I had a backwards version of the Mario death sound effect, because I think I gave it to him last week. But I guess since I don't have that, he could get that.
Cool. All right.
So yeah, it's basically explaining everything that's happened up to this point, and it ends as Andy and Rip use their ultimate techniques on Autumn, and they finally, things are getting pretty easier for them to go for it. They keep blasting this thing apart, but it's to no avail. Andy uses like that technique he learns from Unknown up top, the Volcano Unluck bullet, where he, I guess, puts a super amount of pressure on his finger before blasting it off like he usually does. And he sends it flying. A fucking face comes up from the middle and bites down on it, like catches it with its teeth, and is like, "What? A finger?" And
this man dirty.
Yeah, ew.
Put his finger in his mouth. Gross.
Yeah. But she's like, "Who cares? It's just a finger. I caught it. You lose." But unfortunately for Autumn, the finger has had, like, I guess, prolonged contact with Fuko and is in store for a stroke of unluck. And at that moment, that's when Latla just blasts through and grabs this head from the center of the body, I guess killing Autumn in its wake. So yeah, they won. That's it. As Andy lands to the ground, he puts his fist out to a visage of Ano, and he's like, "We won. We did it." And the chapter ends in a 2-page spread where everybody's like, "Yeah!" around, I guess, like where Unknown is supposed to be, right there, as he's fist bumping Andy. And yeah, his ultimate dream and goal has been accomplished. So good for them. Good for Unknown. And that's
Unrepaired doesn't look too happy.
Unrepaired's like,
I didn't work with you.
I wasn't on your team. We had a similar enemy.
I didn't make no promises.
Yeah. It was a cool chapter. Like I said, I think like the whole retelling of Unknown's origin is a little redundant, because we spent the last 5 chapters learning about Unknown, and then just for them to break it down in one chapter, it was like, you might as well. Yeah, you should have just done this. Why didn't you just do that?
Like, my attention span isn't that short. I remember. It's,
Yeah.
It's not like months ago or something like that.
For real.
Like with One Piece, when you got to go back and do research.
Yeah, you got to read multiple textbooks.
Or because it's history.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I really did like this chapter. I'm happy that it made its first year. It's a good series. It's very fun and enjoyable. Like big goofy action. And the color pages were very nice. Whenever they come
I'm
on.
glad you guys voted for us to read it. It's been a pleasant experience so far.
Faux show.
Yeah, nice read.
But
to think we could have been reading Ghost Reaper Girl.
If only.
Or something else.
Or we could have been reading. I mean, there's some cool series that we had on there. We had
Build No King.
We didn't have Build
Haiku number 8.
Oh yeah, we did have Kaiju number 8 on the poll. We had Sakamoto Days. We could have had that.
Kaiju X8.
Kaiju X8.
Yeah, I'm just troping them all out.
Well, in any case, we're happy that we have it, and it was a fun chapter overall. That's all I gotta say, though. You guys are ready to move onward? Yes.
Yes.
No.
All right, Brian. What do you got? What do you have to say about Undead Unluck, Brian?
Undead Unluck is unlucky.
And the pages look really nice.
All right, it's time to randomize.
Cross.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Bloody no cross.
Poggers.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Jujutsu Kaisen. We're doing the America Comics
snap.
in the middle since we only have Xbox, but
Oh, okay.
we are starting with
Cool.
Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 139, Hunter.
Oh man.
I believe that this is my really good chapter.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yuji's kind of
his
fucked
name?
up. He opens the chapter by making fun of Toto since he can't clap.
Yo, you're right. That's mean.
Kind of fucked up.
He's like, I'm
Wow.
doing what you used to do, Toto. No, but
Look, I can do this now.
we opened up to some random bridge. I guess in Shibuya. He's still there, right? So
Yeah, it looks like.
it's like a ghost town, and he's just on his own on this bridge. He's just clapping his hands, and we're like, what the hell's going on here, Yuji? What are you doing? And on the final clap, that's when a pair of giant curses just burst up from the water. And Itadori is like, oh, here's some. And then he just starts sprinting. And
Paul's ass.
yeah, and it kind of like allows more curses to like find him and catch up, and he's starting to lure a ton of them down through this tunnel. And that's exactly where Choso's waiting. And Choso uses his piercing blood to just snipe all of them at the same time. Pretty sick. And but one survived. Oh, wait, what?
Why is Choso actually such a cool character?
Low-key kind of cool. He didn't get all of them, though. One just pops out. Kind of looks like a flying squirrel of some sort.
Yeah.
And but you know, Choso's not worried. He's got Itadori there because he just comes in and smacks the shit out of this fucking flying squirrel to curse. And at that point, he's like not even vexed. He's just like, easy work. His like fist is smoking and everything. I see Yuji is like keeping his scars. He's got like the scar across his face and the one on his lip. It's pretty cool.
Well, his body hasn't healed it at least. Yeah. You
Hmm.
think they'll stick around? I think the one on the forehead's kind of cool. The mouth one is a little.
Yeah, it's
looks like cracky.
cracky.
Yeah.
The cracky scar. I don't know.
Yeah. Like a crackhead, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Juju.
Jujutsu crackhead.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hope these don't stick though.
Yeah. Choso's just sitting there in awe at what he just witnessed. He's like, damn, this kid's just getting stronger and stronger. I was impressed when we fought first, but then he added finesse. And now he's
Finesse.
the finesse. And he's got fluid control of cursed energy along with unreal physical strength. He is now a demon god. And I'm like, let's go, Yuji.
He jumped from in my expectations, not Itadori. I'm talking about this blood dude, right?
Mhm.
Choso.
Yeah, Choso. I thought he was gonna be like he's going to be strong or something like that. This nigga went straight to he is a god.
He is already a god.
Holy shit, brother!
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
come on. Yeah, that's how I felt. like, damn, maybe he hasn't been around long enough, and this is like super impressive. He's gonna find out who else is a god, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, he's basically he walks up to him and he says, "Impressive as ever, little brother." And Itadori's like, why are you still calling me that? And this is an interesting thing because he starts saying that I'll keep calling you that over and over. Try to recollect. After all, your father had stitches on his forehead, didn't he? Ooh, that's interesting because that means like he's implying that the curse that is like body snatching and now is in Ghetto is also his dad at some point. Very fascinating.
But wouldn't he have like wouldn't have Ghetto, quote unquote Ghetto, have had said something about that before, or
What do you mean? Oh, that
like wouldn't he have mentioned that to Itadori? Been like, oh yeah, what's up, dude? You're my little seed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's
I don't think that's. Oh, that was his grandfather that died in the beginning.
Yeah.
Your father had stitches on his forehead, didn't he?
Because Ghetto has it, and Choso's father had it. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember when they were flashing back and they said that Ghetto's curse had many names and they showed that old man with the scar across his head? That's like kind of his calling card, essentially. That's how you know he's in the area. Is that whoever's body he's possessing has those
he
scars.
snatched their brain.
Yeah.
Went to the head, weirdo. Oh, and he had did that to his dad or something like that.
I guess this makes sense then, like because Yuji does have like inhuman natural physical strength, you know. Like this isn't. He had this like heightened strength and agility and all that shit before he even became a jutsu sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it would make sense that he's partially a curse, and that's why he can control what's his name, Sukuna, to an extent. So
speaking of trying to trace family lineages, I want to pause real quick to make a correction from last week. I gotta eat some crow. Josh called me on a Sunday specifically to point out that I was wrong about a certain thing, and he was right. He was absolutely correct. I got something mixed up when we last covered Jujutsu Kaisen when it came to Fushigoro's dad. I said that he married into the Zenin family when it's kind of like the other way around, where he married into his wife's family. His last name is Fushigoro. He took their name, and that's why I kind of got mixed up. I just mixed up the names, but he is a Zenin, and that would make Fushigoro kind of eligible for the family name in any case. But my bad.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good. There was a lot of stuff I needed help understanding. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm just glad I remembered that at least.
For real. But
anyways, pulls up super cash, right?
Oh yeah. They don't even get to finish their conversation about Itadori's dad because guess who pops up? But thirsty McRich boy. He pulls up and he's like, "I don't see Megumi here." And yeah, he just
I
sees
like this guy's character design.
Yeah, he's cool. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, this outfit's pretty dope. Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking down on them, and these guys don't even know. Like Itadori's like, "Who is that? Is he talking about Fushigoro?" And what's this dude's name? Naoya. He looks down. He's like, "What are you two doing? You totally stand out. Don't you want to run?" And he kind of reveals to them that Itadori's death sentence is back on since Gojo is gone. So yeah, Itadori's like, "Oh shit." But yeah, Naoya makes it clear, is like, my business is with Megumi, so I don't really care if you live or die, but I can't have you just walking around here, so I'm just going to start by breaking your legs. And I'm like, wow, calm. Itadori's like, what do you want with Fushigoro? And
my friend.
And Naoya's like, I think I'll have him die, but, it'd be helpful if you wrote a little something first. Because I guess he needs Megumi to name him the head when he kills him, old timey murder style. So, the battle just starts immediately because he seemingly teleports down right behind them and starts beating them up. Not like the fight doesn't get too far, but he's displaying himself as someone on a higher league than anything they've ever faced so far. Because he seems to be able to teleport without clapping. and switching places with things. So, yeah. After that, he's like, wow, you guys are tougher than I thought. Shall I try upping my speed? And I guess this guy is basically the Flash. He's just so fucking fast. And at that point, that's when like there's this tense like energy in the air. All three of them feel that shit. And you already know who it is. They all turn around after each door is like, wait, what? Gojo Sensei? No, something creepier. He looks up and guess who it is? It is fucking Okotsu.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
He's just
Dude, this guy's such a beast. We don't know that much about him, and he's still like one of my favorite characters already.
He's up there like
Yeah, he went from being a frail ass boy to just this complete
Chad
legend overnight. What? Yeah,
he's a
that's the
fucking
word.
Chad.
I mean, I'm not mad. I love it. You know, hey, not all tropes are bad, right?
No, yeah, he pulled up. He's like, "Oh, you're not alone." Which is, I told you guys, it's gonna be a 4-way battle.
We'll see.
You thought that Megumi is gonna, maybe Megumi will still pull up. I don't know. What's his status? Is he around? Is he awake? Or is he? Hi, Lucas.
I have no idea.
Well, we gotta find out. I don't remember because
We don't know.
Yeah, it hasn't been. We haven't seen him since like the end of Shibuya arc, so I have no idea. But in any case, I'm very excited for next chapter. This is my RGC. Jujutsu Kaisen is actually ending up to be one of my favorite series to read week to week. I look forward to it more and more the way it goes, and I'm glad it's getting the popularity it deserves via the anime and with HBO Max having it on. So I'm so happy that it can, and I hope that continues the quality. You guys have anything to say to close out?
No, man, this is a lit ass chapter. This is a nice little follow up to the calm after the ending of the that Shibuya arc. Going into this, and he did not, he didn't chill. He was like, nah, we gonna spice it up. So I don't know. I love it. My second favorite comic of the week.
Yeah,
not my number one, but it was fun.
So does this mean they're not going to take him to like an official place to execute him? They're just going to kill him right in Shibuya?
Yeah,
or that's at least.
Naoya said,
yeah, that's it. He said, I'm going to slaughter you on the street.
Exactly. Naoya said it's on site, basically. And,
yeah.
And so did Okotsu, to be fair. Like, I think like the Jujutsu old men are like, bring him here so we can execute. But they're like, it's on site, both of them.
So yeah, if he doesn't willingly come along, he's gonna die. And then the Zenning dude, he's out for blood, period.
Yeah, he's just angry. He's got that privilege anger, so he's not really like holding back for anything. But yeah, I mean, that was Jujutsu Kaisen. Great chapter. If you're not reading Jujutsu Kaisen right now and you're a shonen fan, you're missing out. It's very fun.
You're a whole asshole.
Yeah.
You're not reading this.
Yeah, how does it feel to be an idiot if you're not reading Jujutsu Kaisen, man? You under a rock. It sucks. But yeah, let's move on. It is time to randomize.
Son of a bitch!
Boruto.
Oh yeah, baby.
Is this your RGC, Brian? That was very exciting.
Shit.
This was. I mean, it's hard to get any reaction out of you from anything that's not My Hero. So,
you know what? This is my RGC.
Yo!
Fuck it. This is my RGC.
Certified RGC.
This is my RGC.
How is Super not your RGC?
Before we start, it is very rare for Boruto to subvert expectations in a really good way. This chapter was really good.
okay. Well, let's get into it, I guess. This is Boruto, chapter 55, Legacy. The color page is Code, who we'll learn more about later. But yeah, we open up in Naruto's mindscape thing where he usually talks to Kurama. He wakes up and he turns around and Kurama's there just like, over here, somehow you woke up looking the opposite way that I wanted you to be. So turn around.
I can't bother to get up.
I am. I'm not in good shape right now, so please turn around for me. So basically, he explains that he came to say farewell, and Naruto's like, "Damn, I guess we're gonna die, huh?" And Kurama's like, "Nah, just me." And he explains that the Baryon mode's price is his life, and Naruto's like, "Wait, what? No." and my favorite part is Kurama says, like, "Just so you know, I never once lied to you. At no time did I ever say you would die." And I'm thinking about it, like, is that true?
He didn't. He never said. He said that there would be a sacrifice, but he didn't. I don't think he said that it was both of them that would die.
I mean, I'm not questioning it that hard, but I'm like, whoa. Then I feel like a fool, because the whole time I'm like, oh man, Naruto, this is the end of Naruto. But apparently not. As Naruto's like, you just fucking lied to me. And Kurama's like, yeah, I just told you that because if I said that I would die, you would hesitate because you're soft. And and Naruto's like, man, my friend. And Kurama says his last words as he starts to like float in the air. He says, I guess this is it. I've got to go, but be real careful. You're not going to have superhuman strength anymore. So if you overdo it, you're going to die, boy. But until that day comes, you be well, Naruto, as he floats off and turns into smoke. And Naruto extends his hand out. He's like, no. But
real quick. Don't Biju like resurrect though?
No, they're not Digimon.
Isn't that their thing?
No, they're not Digimon.
Oh, no, I didn't even know they could die. Honestly.
No, because like if I guess it only applies for if the Jinchuriki dies. Like whoever's carrying the tailed beast, if they die, then the beast will resurrect. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was something about that. I think I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it a little bit more. But I doubt this is something that Kurama's gonna come back from.
Yeah, no, he's flying away, turning into smoke. He's done.
But this
steaming like a chimney.
So this is basically the final blow for the old generation. Essentially, like Sasuke lost his Renengan. Naruto doesn't have a he doesn't have a Biju anymore. Like it's all up to the next gen.
Useless.
Yeah, all the other characters.
It's basically all up to the next gen to carry.
It's all about Boruto.
To carry the torch.
And Sarada.
Also, what is it with Hokage and being nerfed? You know what I mean? Like Kakashi had double Sharingan, and they're like, you know what? No. You're gonna be a basic bitch ass Hokage. See you later. Yeah, Naruto becomes Hokage. You know what? You're gonna lose your Biju. No big deal. Have a good one.
Third Hokage knows every jutsu ever. No, you're old. You're just old.
Sorry, dude. You're old, and we also forced you out of retirement because the last guy died. Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
You're old. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess they had to do this if they really wanted to push that. This is like, why isn't this series about Naruto? It's like, well, he doesn't have his fox anymore, so by default, he'll be less interesting.
My interest in him is waning as the moments pass. Honestly,
but as Naruto's reaching out for the smoke, a pair of hands grab him, and he wakes up back into consciousness, and he sees Boruto, and he puts on a face that says, "Oh, it's just you. It's not my friend, the Biju."
Just this fucking cheating ass rat.
It's this spoiled asshole. And
where did I go wrong, Kurama?
What is even going on with your hair, my guy? I don't even understand.
By the way, this art is like, it just keeps getting better and better, dude. Like this looks just like Kishimoto's art, almost.
It's close. It's not just like it. But
I don't know. Boruto's expression there looks very similar to Kishimoto's art.
Yeah, sure. But in any case, yeah, Naruto's back. Kawaki just falls back, after carrying this team, and everything is all good. I guess he explained off screen that like Kurama sacrificed his life, so yeah. As their conversation goes, Kawaki's like, "Hey, can we actually just go home first? Can we talk about this when we get back to the village? Because we're stranded in this weird timeline thing, alternate universe garbage. So yeah, they realize their only way out is basically Boruto, and it's so funny because Sasuke is like, well, yeah, I can't use my Rinnegan anymore, and that's when Boruto immediately flashes back to the fact that he stabbed his eyeball.
Yo, I couldn't believe it when I seen this. This was honestly like a huge blow to me. Like, as many jokes as I cracked.
Both Naruto and Sasuke, the greatest ninja to ever live right now, are both no longer what they were before this scene happened.
I think Sasuke still has at least one Sharingan.
Which
he already know. If
he has the Sharingan, but that's not the same level as the Rinnegan.
But he can do
be honest
anything
here.
with that.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm with Josh. I think like one Sharingan is enough to solo dolo the entire Naruto verse.
Nah, dude, he was using the Rinnegan all the time. The Rinnegan was his power, like his true like OP power. Like,
why can't he get a Rinnegan in his other eye? Is that something I'm missing too?
That's true. No, that's a six pass thing.
Why can't he talk to the sage again?
No, that was
the sage game.
He can't. Yeah, he can't find that dude anymore. That guy's fucking gone.
No, he's retired.
He was gone before.
If he was still around, they would have their six path shit, right?
That's tap.
They would be six pathing all the time. Like Naruto would have his fucking Biju stick and smacking people in the face. Bah, 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 bah.
Oh, you're right. They don't have that.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, obviously that means the guy isn't around.
He doesn't have his orbs of justice or whatever the fuck them shit was.
Is that what it's called?
This fight would have. If they still had that form, it would be over all the time. It would just be over every single fight. Nobody would be able to contest them if they still had those forms.
Man, whatever. So. Whatever, dude.
Anyways.
Yeah, after that, after Boruto has a complete guilt moment, Sasuke reassures him, like, yo, I'm just stating facts. You did what you did, but it wasn't really you. I know it wasn't you. I'm not mad at you for taking away my ultimate power, but I'm not mad at you, but it is what it is. I just don't have my ultimate power anymore, and that's your fault, but not really your fault. So yeah, Kawaki's like, yo, he said it's fine. Let's fucking hurry up and use your karma to get us out of here. And after that, we cut over to, I guess, the Kara headquarters where Code is just, not the headquarters. He's in this alternate universe where the Ten Tails is just sleeping, chilling outside of this cage where the Ten Tail is just also snoring. Is like being adorable, sleeping. And he's like, oh, cool. Everything's good. Nobody came for this thing. And he lies back down. He looks at his hand to see the white karma on his hand. And he explains that, like, man, this sucks. I don't know why Kawaki doesn't want this life of being a human host to a parasite, man. But, if it was me, I would have totally let this guy take my body, but I can't for some reason.
It's from his perspective, it's like, why wouldn't you want to, like, be a vessel for God, essentially? Because he kind of worships Osuki.
Because they're weird.
Yeah. I mean, in a short way to saying, yes.
But they're almighty otherworldly beings.
Yeah, but they're like...
They do the most.
Like, there are people who follow... There are cults built around less. You know what I mean? There are cults built around less. So I wouldn't hold it against somebody to be a cult member of a fucking all-knowing, all-powerful being.
Yeah, but they have that, like, this guy has that one horn that's real gross. I don't think I want to live with that.
And like they all they want is genocide.
Yeah.
And information.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Is ultimate power worth it?
For someone like that.
Yeah, if ultimate power worth it if all you want is genocide?
And like Chris said, the horns are really gross too.
Yeah,
there you go, man. I don't relate to this child at all. He's giving me Orochimaru vibes.
Hey, I'll tell you what, too. I'll take it a step further. I think you're weird if you do relate to this child.
I'm not saying I relate to it, but I'm just saying it makes sense for there to be somebody who religiously follows an Otsuki.
No, I get what you're saying.
Oh, do I see the logic? Sure.
It makes sense. I'm not saying, oh yeah, you know what? I sympathize with this guy. I would totally fucking blow an Otsuki
like you
if they fucking came after
personally.
this guy.
You wouldn't choose to inherit the karma and
fuck no.
become the vessel for an alien being. And then
Fuck no, but I'd see somebody wanting to do that. It's fucking weirder shit in the world.
You think you would think that one of these guys would probably I think Brian's right in a way, but that also just brings us you could probably just ask somebody, and you don't have to do all this shady shit where you're kidnapping and creating children and
No, but you need a perfect body for it.
That's true.
You can't just get anybody.
Yeah, but you
that's why he ran into problems as Jigen, because Jigen's body couldn't handle all this fucking power.
yeah.
Whatever. In any case, he's just staring at his white karma huh. And that's when it starts to activate more, take over more of his hand, and smoke just appears. And like a genie in a bottle, fucking Ishiki pulls up again, and I'm like, oh my god, is he alive? But no, he's not.
No.
It's just
Kurama for nothing.
Yeah, it's just an astral projection where he's just like, hey, if you're receiving this message, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm gone. Yeah, somehow parts of his soul are in his karma, so he came up to give him one last message before he disappears for good. He explains what happened to him, how he was betrayed by Amato, and he had to use Jigen's body, resurrect within Jigen, and then he was killed, basically. So, he needs Code to finish his work for him. And Code's like, hey, I mean, I would love to. There's literally nothing I would rather do than serve you, weird alien parasite man. But I mean, I can't take your body. I mean, you can't take my body. I'm not built for that. And he's like, no, that's cool. You don't need to. What you can do is you can grab either Kawaki or Uzumaki Boruto and consecrate either of them to the 10 tails to cultivate a divine tree. And once that happens, once the tree is made and the fruit bears, you can just eat the fruit and then you'll become an Otsutsuki. And then you can just leave the planet and go eat planets until you become a god. A god that weirdly looks like what's his face from the Captain America comics.
With the mask.
Yeah, Baron Zemo.
This guy looks like he's wearing a suit made out of dress socks.
Yeah, it's a dress sock suit. See, that's also a bummer about being a god in this universe. You look like a fucking sock.
Look at all the eyes that he uses for research and snooping.
Yeah, where
even
is he? He's got a bulb on his head too. Man, this sucks. I wouldn't want to be a god. Never mind.
You gotta pay the light. You gotta pay the light bill just to fucking walk around.
No, you are the light bill.
Con Ed fucking knocks on your door. Look, bro. I know that you're a god and all, but
that light bulb on your head is not gonna light itself, buddy. Your light bulb crown is not gonna light itself. It's so weird. I mean, yeah, that's the plan. Basically, is I know that we could have probably done this before. But now you have an opportunity to be a god, Code. So, just do that. And yeah. And Code's like, well, I can't start doing that without taking complete and total revenge of the person who killed my god. So,
yeah.
Tell me the names of the bastards who destroyed you. That's where we cut back over to the alternate universe where Boruto is trying to use his karma to teleport everybody using the space-time ninjutsu. And yeah, basically after a weird shonen rival argument with Kawaki where Kawaki's like, you're too stiff. You gotta loosen up a little bit. But after a while he's like, I'll somehow get rid of your karma. I swear it. And I'm like, cool.
Dude, I like these. I like their chemistry already. It's already better than Naruto and Sasuke's when they were younger. So this is just.
It's the same.
I just like this.
It's almost.
No, it's not the same. It is not the same.
No, Kawaki seems to care more than Sasuke did. I don't think Sasuke would have done anything.
Kawaki isn't a fucking little shrimp-dicked edgelord who wants to fucking
yes, he is
gain power. His whole thing isn't about power. Sasuke was obsessed with power, and
I think he's
Kawaki
distinctive
is
from Sasuke
obsessed with
also.
getting rid of power.
I will say that Kawaki's not I think he could have been way worse, and I was definitely expecting it to be way worse, but he's not that bad.
But the reason why Kawaki is different is because Boruto and Kawaki like are kind of reverse, you know? Like Boruto is following in Sasuke's footsteps and Kawaki's following in Naruto's footsteps. That's just how they've been trying to put this like narrative for them. Like they're both walking the paths that the other one should be following, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, in any case, he basically spurs on Boruto to do the thing. Boruto manages to do the thing, and they jump through the portal right before it closes. Meanwhile, back at the weird bunker thing that Shikamaru and the others are hiding in, this fucking doctor dude looks at Amato, and Amato is just like muttering to himself, and he's like, "Are you okay?"
Sweating and shit.
Yeah, he is sweating, nervous. And that's when Shikamaru gets word that that Boruto and Naruto and all of them have returned safely from the alternate universe. And Amato's immediately like, "Hey, what about Kawaki? Is he okay?" And Shikamaru's like, "Yeah. No, yeah, they're all safe." And Amato's like, "Oh, thank God," basically. He's like, "Oh, shit, thank God he's safe." So... yeah.
Is it established that he gave a fuck about Kawaki?
I think there's an ulterior motive as to why he needs Kawaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something weird going on. Yeah.
Yeah, because like he hasn't been this nervous before. And all of a sudden now he's like, fuck. But yeah.
Interesting.
Everybody's back. They're like, cool, we made it. And Boruto tells Kawaki that I do feel like anything's possible as long as I'm with you. Friendship.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
They're like brothers, dude. Come on.
Hey, yo.
Kawaki's essentially his adopted brother.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the day is saved. We cut back over to the last page, though, where this code is just literally listing off his enemies' names, list style. He's like Kawaki, the traitor Amato, Uchiha Sasuke, Hokage Uzumaki Naruto, and Momoshiki's vessel Uzumaki Boruto.
Momoshiki.
Momoshiki. Yeah, I mean, that's where the chapter ends. Code is out to get our boys. Will he succeed? I don't know. But this is an interesting way to leave things off.
I'm just so excited to see where this series is going because it's like they've been setting like everything has built up to this moment essentially, and now like the first chapter where they showed like a preview of the time skip where like they're older and shit, it just raises so much more questions and it makes this series so much more intriguing because it's like what the fuck is actually happening in the first chapter. Is Boruto actually Boruto? Is Kawaki actually Kawaki? Oh, what the fuck happens to
Dr. Amato in his skin? In his body.
Like this series is so fucking... It's getting so good. And it's only going to get better from here, I feel like. Because they're really hitting their stride recently with Boruto.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen next. And that's, again, we've already established that's most of the time, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like this is the first time while reading Boruto where he's done like a Horikoshi style twist, like something that you think is gonna happen, but he switched it up and it was good, not just like a fucking random plot twist,
Yeah. No, I'm enjoying Boruto. I think like it's way better than when it started. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it has been steadily improving in pretty much all aspects. I'm invested now, especially now that Kishimoto's back at the helm, doing this thing. I'm excited for what comes with Boruto. Josh, you got anything to say before we move on? Alrighty then. Let us randomize.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
The X books. We only have 3 of these today. We'll do all of them shotgun style, I guess. We're starting with New Mutants number 16. Last we left off, Cosmos, I think that's her name, something like that. Cosmar, she was trying to get do the Crucible ritual, which is basically where mutants fight to the death in order to be resurrected, with their powers.
Begging that lady to kill her.
Please. Yeah, she tried to get Moonstar to do it, and Moonstar's like, no, that's not what that's for. We can't just kill people left and right. That's only for people who don't have their powers, so they could get their powers back. So yeah, she got rejected, and the Shadow King is like, yes. So he's pretty stoked. We open with the Excalibur headquarters, the Braddock Lighthouse. There's these 3 kids who just sneak through the Avalon gate, and they come across King Jamie, who looks real creepy.
Yeah.
But this is a really cool drawing of him, honestly. It looks really dope. So yeah, 2 of them get scared and run off, but one of them seems to stay behind. We don't know why, but he just stays there. Meanwhile, in the Wild Hunt, Kaz is crying. Cosmar is crying because she was just rejected for the Crucible. Her friends are trying to console her, and Shadow King is like, ooh, it was very cruel of Miss Moonstar to dismiss you like that. But if you allow me, I can give you a taste of what you need. And then he uses his powers with the abilities of No Girl to basically switch the consciousness of these little kids. And basically Cosmar is in somebody else's body, and somebody has overtaken her body. And as time continues, they first think it's pretty cool, but they start to lose control of each other's powers because they can't really, they're not them. They don't know how to control these individual abilities. And Shadow King switches them back. He's like, that's enough, children. It seems like there are some side effects. So, yeah, everybody's like, whoa, that sucked. Cosmar, it was a little tight because she was like, oh man, for a second, I wasn't me. I was free. And I'm like,
right, yeah, she's so fiend out.
Yeah, man, she's not having a good time. But yeah, the little X-23 clone, I forget her name right now, but she's like, yo, what the fuck was that about? Our bodies were dying. And Shadow King's like, who cares? You can resurrect yourselves now. Death is not a thing anymore. And the little X-23 clone is like, yo, that doesn't matter. Just because we can be resurrected doesn't mean our life is cheap. We should be trying to kill ourselves left and right. Shadow King puts her on blast, though, because he points at her. He's like, but your body's regenerating. And I'm like, geez. All right, guy. Relax. So yeah, Scout is her name. Sorry. She just fucks off. She's like, I don't want any part of this. So she just walks away. And all of the kids are like, coward. Basically looking down on her. And the Shadow King is like, oh, who cares? I can see by your expression, but don't judge so harshly. Sometimes being selfish is the better path. And I'm like, damn, I hate the Shadow King, dude.
Yeah, he's just poisoning these kids' minds.
Yeah, he's the Orochimaru for X-Men people. I swear. Just hanging around these kids, just switching bodies around. This is a gross guy.
I wonder if this girl is going to tell on him. He has to know.
I mean, I would figure, but,
Oh, her name is Scout.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
No, okay.
We then cut over to Magic doing tough magic things. She beats up these teenagers for bullying the kids from the sextant, I guess. So yeah, she beats them up a little bit to teach them a lesson, and we learn that they're being more aware that one of these kids are missing from the Academos habitat because he ran into the other world. So they're aware of that problem. Moonstar and this other girl, I forget her name, they are tasked with going through the Avalon Gate to try to find this kid. Meanwhile, we get this really sad moment in the Arbor Magna where Rain goes up to iBoy and Prodigy to ask if they've seen her requests to resurrect her son. And they're like, yeah, no, we did a little bit of an investigation, and it turns out that your son seems to be registering as alive in Cerebro. And Rain is like, that's impossible. I saw him die. Oh wait, like I know what happened to him and I know who did it. And Prodigy is like, no, we're not saying that like you're crazy or anything, but the backups, there's something wrong with them. The backups are wrong because like for whatever reason, maybe because he's half god apparently, it's fucking up Cerebro and it's showing that he's actually alive. So that makes Ron doubly like kind of worried because, you know, if her son is out there, he's alone and maybe scared and thinking that like she's abandoned him. So she just runs off like kind of in a huff, and iBoy and Prodigy feel pretty bad about that. It's like, damn, I thought she'd be pretty happy to know that her son's okay, but I guess that's scary too. To know that he's just been out there this entire time. We cut over to the Kingdom of Avalon, where Moonstar confronts Jamie about the kid, and apparently the kid just fucked off into Otherworld with the help of King Jamie.
Not caring at all about all of the warnings. And about if you get smoked, nigga, you aren't coming back.
Yeah, the one place where any mutant is in actual mortal danger. He's just out there wandering around.
Oh, shit.
Yo, Brian came through with the 64 ounce.
Yeah, I gotta refill my cup too, man. Shit.
You gotta get a refill on a 64 ounce? Damn.
That's why it took so long.
Brian, it looks like you're drinking out of a vase right now.
I'm jealous, man.
Don't drink irresponsibly. Always use two hands.
So, yeah, they're basically confronting this guy as like, what the fuck? Why'd you send this kid out there? And Jamie's like, whatever. The kid wanted to go exploring. I didn't give a shit. And
no, he did not.
Yeah, Jamie's a real asshole. And he basically is like, you know what? I'll help you. I'll give you what I gave the boy, a way to find the truth of things. He snaps his finger, and there's this basket full of just foods and gold and shit. So, you know, they take that and I guess fuck off into the other world to find him. And there's something about Otherworld as they're journeying through it. Moonstar's abilities are more enhanced here. Her magic, her mutant ability combined with the ambient Otherworld magic can create tangible manifestations of the subconscious. Jeez Louise. So, as they're searching for him, this like rabbit pulls up and is like, hey, I know where your kid is, and leads him away. But at some point, I guess it just leads him into a trap because they are immediately captured and put before the king of the Holy Republic of Fae.
I think that's Moreland.
Is that Moreland?
Yeah.
Oh, Merlin?
I think so. Merlin.
Yeah. Well, in any case, they're there. And it kind of confused me a little bit. I guess this bunny leads them to Faye, and they are not supposed to be there, so they get arrested. Then the sadness just continues to get sadder as Rain.
Oh, yes, with the Rain. I guess I just don't remember any of these guys, especially not her. So,
Ron, I remember her thing is her thing has been ongoing through the last couple of issues of New Mutants, where she's been trying to get her son resurrected. But yeah, she just like runs through to the Academos habitat where she thinks like Danny is supposed to be. She's not there because she's in Otherworld right now. And she's just like, I need your help. Where are you, Danny? Please, are you here? And nobody's home. But on the bed, she sees this note from Moonstar and explains that I know we're supposed to go to the Arbor Magna together, but there was another emergency. And basically she was just kind of bumped by this Otherworld fiasco. Pretty sad for Ron. Moonstar has been dropping the ball a lot. First with Cosmar and now Ron. Jeez.
Yeah. Thinking she's all high and mighty and righteous.
For real.
Hmm.
Yeah, but at some point, we cut back over to the Kingdom of Fae. This dude with horns pulls up and is like, "This is interesting." And I'm like, "Am I supposed to know who this is?"
Yeah, that's the blue dude that they're looking for.
Oh, the mutant. Damn, I didn't even peep the horns. Okay, yeah, the kid just pulls up on this lizard thing and is like, "This looks super promising." As we cut back over to where the girls are in this dungeon thing, and yeah, they're stuck there now, and that's where this issue ends. Pretty interesting issue of New Mutants. I like that they're like. It's weird that almost every book seems to be getting more involved with the otherworld stuff as well, along with the.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because it's like a part of it technically. That's like still an unresolved problem. But yeah, the crossover between books, everything's important. But I'm into it. The next X book we have on the docket is Wolverine number 10. Last we left off with this, somebody has been sneaking through the paths of Wolverine and has been, and it turns out it's his old buddies from the Team X, like mercenary crew that he used to run with. He tracks down one of the like lead members of it called Maverick, and apparently he was being sold at an auction for the scummiest people in the Marvel Universe. So he finds him, sets him free, and now everybody's being held at gunpoint at this auction. Basically, we start off there. Wolverine and Maverick proceed to continue to kick some ass and cause a ton of issues over there. That's when it's revealed the lady in the wheelchair that was there this entire time is from the X desk. She basically picks up Wolverine's arm, which is super ominous, and she brings her people in to take care of the situation. There's more like special agents that pull up and cause more problems, but Wolverine and Maverick are able to get away at some point with the help of the Team X guys. So yeah, and the Dolores lady witnesses all of this. So she's just like, "See, they're fucking around behind our backs, but we are also doing the same thing." So
Doing the same exact thing. So
nobody can be trusted in this situation. We are all assholes. And I got a plan to be even more of an asshole is basically what we get from...
If you keep giving us money.
Yeah. Do we still get the money that we were going to use on Maverick? Cool. Then I have a plan. So yeah, Wolverine meets up with his old Team X guys, and Maverick is like, "Yo, you should join us. Fuck Krakoa. I mean, you really believe that they're all on the up and up right now? I don't believe all that like kumbaya shit." And Wolverine is like, "No, I'm good. It's actually a pretty sweet place when you live there for a while." And Maverick actually just convinces him to rejoin for one last mission. And that's just kind of to find this warehouse, like the merchant's like warehouse of stolen shit, and burn it all, basically. There's a big ass not Cerebro. Well, there is a Cerebro, I see. But the Sentinel thing. There's a big ass Sentinel thing. There's like a bunch of random shit from the Avengers.
There's a robot up there, man. All right, so you see the Hulkbuster armor.
Oh, you're right.
But they also have
Nimrod. That's weird.
Nimrod.
I didn't even see that the first time. Good catch.
A sword and the old Captain America shield.
MODOK's chair.
MODOK's chair.
Yeah, there's Taskmaster's shield. There's a Hulkbuster up there. There's Magneto's old 90s suit. His
is that Scorpion's thing?
Which I don't think that's that is Scorpion. That is a Scorpion thing. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of miscellaneous Marvel Universe artifacts.
Onslaught. Whoa.
Onslaught
armor. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh man.
Dang.
The room of Easter eggs is where they end up. Wolverine finds the Team Xbox and he burns that too because like fuck the past. And the chapter ends with this kind of scene where, well, there's 2 scenes left, but the big main one is that Wolverine actually brings Maverick over to Krakoa to show him what he's talking about and how nice it is. And he's like, yo, you could just join us. You know, this is a pretty sweet fucking place. Sure, we get
hang
under
with
attack.
the guys every day.
Yeah, and and Maverick doesn't have his powers anymore, actually. So he's like, yo, if you join us, you could enter the weird ritual we do where we make each other fight each other to the death in order to get our powers back. And Maverick's like, I'm cool. Peace. And, you know, Wolverine's like, let me know if you change your mind. And Maverick's like, you do the same. Salute. And we cut over to later in New York. Brian, get the Google engine ready because I'm going to need you for this one. Unless, Josh, do you know who this person is? As Dolores is meeting up with somebody, she's like, hey, you must. I'm happy that you're willing to do business, but you must understand that your recent visit to Krakoa makes me. Oh no, this is fucking. Oh man.
Yeah,
it just went over my head.
You really don't know.
You know what? I'm not used to seeing him without the mask, so it's weird. Never mind, Brian.
Yeah.
Stand down. Wow, I just had a weird brain fart moment, but I did read these today, so give me a break here. Okay, so Maverick pulls up. I'm not used to seeing him without the mask, and that's why it confused me. Maverick pulls up to Dolores and is like, so, he's basically recruited by the X-Desk, and that's where the issue ends. Maverick's a bad guy now. Now that's more interesting. I was so confused because I am dumb. But, yeah, I mean, this is a more interesting prospect. Maverick, who is an actual threat to Krakoa, I can get there. You know, like he is technically a mutant still, and he can enter Krakoa, and that's a pretty big threat. I don't know what. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, that's crazy. He can. I really didn't put all of that together. It may be the case where he's like not really working for them. Like he's gonna be like a double agent or something, but could be a big deal.
That'd be pretty
Lord
sweet.
knows he wouldn't need to go through the gates to get to Krakoa. People have found many different ways.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, if you can graft,
you
could graft another mutant skin onto your body, you know, if you don't mind doing that, that's a pretty easy way to get into Krakoa. But yeah, that was Wolverine. A more interesting issue than most. I'm hoping that Wolverine does pick up, though. It hasn't been one of my favorite of the X books, unfortunately. So hopefully it gets that little boost in quality that like Hellions had and stuff like that. Because I really like Wolverine. And with that, our final X book is X-Men number 18. The long-awaited issue about the mutants that went through the vault. First of all, this cover right now really makes me miss Lanil Yu's artwork. I'm so sad he left the book because he's very cool.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why. Not to say that the artist currently working is bad. He's better than Brett Booth from last time, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I like the artist.
Me too.
Right here, but all right. So the one we see on the cover, that's
Lanil Yu. Lanil Francis Yu. And he used to draw for this series, but he just I guess left the book after a little bit. Well, he is missed because his style just works for Jonathan Hickman. You know, like it fits so well. It meshes really well. It's a lot like Asad Ribic's artwork, the guy who did Secret Wars and all that.
And who's doing Eternals right now.
Yeah. I'm very curious about Eternals, honestly. I might pick up the first issue at some point to see how that is.
It's a lot of Thanos stuff.
Yeah. But in any case, this has to do with the Vault Kids. And if you don't remember, because this plot point hasn't been a thing for like 2 years, the Vault is this weird fucking Hickman-esque place where time works different. So there are these kids that they're like kind of machine children in a way, right? Correct me if I'm getting anything wrong, Josh, because I'm going off like memory here. I
didn't really do any research on these ones or have any background information like I usually do. Again, because we did this to like a day earlier than anticipated. But generally speaking, yeah, they're like, for all intents and purposes, robot people.
Right.
You know, they're not they're what, post-human?
Yeah, and if
Is that the
and if
yeah.
you're following any of this Hickman era X-Men, they do not like robot people.
AI is not good. They
They
always rise up.
They don't even own iPhones because Siri scares them. So they're not fucking around here. So what they did was they sent their most adaptable mutants into the vault because they know that everything's fucking wonky in there and they don't really know what to expect. So they can't have just like people with normal lifespans or abilities just kind of enter that place. They need people like Darwin, Sync, and Wolverine to enter. Darwin, who can survive, whose mutant ability is basically the ability to survive anywhere he is. Wolverine has her healing factor, X-23, basically the X-23 Wolverine. And Sync, who can copy abilities, which I think he's just copying Darwin's ability and just applying it to himself.
Yeah.
So
but then, he could also copy Wolverine's ability and when they get into a scrap or something like that.
Right. So
we'll get, there's more on that later.
Yeah. So they
get as a matter of fact, right here.
Yeah. Basically. The second they get in, he basically copies Darwin's ability and they do this weird machine sync up with this world thing where they are able to survive. Where they
he's using all right. Darwin is he adapts to survive, right? But he can also just adapt himself to achieve something. He's trying to just scan the world, so he needs better eyes and eyesight and stuff. So that's what he developed, and then Sync just copied that.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, yeah, just to. Like he made that happen himself because he desired to see.
Exactly. So yeah, they enter the city officially, and the real mission starts there. We enter the center of the dome, which is the city, which is another actual Hickman thing. If you remember from the Ultimates, Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe created this city, this hyper advanced fucking robot city shit. And this little thing at the center is basically the boss of this entire world, it looks like. So yeah, he does it. We get some Hickman robot dialogue where it's like, "Child identified. The vault welcomes you. Report. Secondary analysis. Increased level threat of." He basically scans their memories and is like, "I think people are here." So this city thing dispatches a team of 5 weird children of the vault to protect the city. And we already have like antagonists real fast. I was like, cool, action chapter. Very cool. So the second, like, the Darwin and Wolverine and Sync pulled down on the elevator, the fire dude just sets it aflame. But, they got the upper hand. They do this cool sneak attack thing. And Wolverine just immediately slices Serafina, who is the girl that kind of escaped from the Orca station and led them to the vault in the first place, I think. Slashes her immediately. Everybody's like, damn!
Her teammates were like, whoa.
Oh my god.
They killed her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was shocked. Not that X-23 hacked her fucking body, but that her teammates were just like,
whoa.
I don't know. You don't see that in comics usually unless they're really trying to show something traumatic. That was traumatizing. That scared the shit out of them.
Yeah.
They had no idea.
Yeah, they were like, oh my god. I was not
prepared.
Like
they're the bad guys or something,
Yeah. But yeah, the fight continues. The one that looks like Ghost Rider tries to burn Sync alive. The other person who uses water just tries to drown Darwin. But Darwin adapts and grows gills. Wolverine uses, I guess, like touches Sync so he could use her powers to regenerate himself, and then after he heals himself a little bit, he grabs the Ghost Rider-esque guy and just sets himself aflame. And at that point, X-23 Wolverine is like, "Whoa! I didn't think you could copy anyone's powers except mutants." And Sync's like, "I guess that's changed because he was able to copy this guy's abilities," which is interesting. I didn't know that about Sync.
So, context with that, there was an informational page, and they've mentioned this before in some of the other comics, but there's this theory, and even more so than a theory, we're seeing proof that the mutants that are reborn in the husk like have increased abilities, and there's multiple theories as to why that's the case, but one of the biggest ones is that something to do with that, like their regular, like their normal bodies until their powers manifest, right? Mm-hmm. But in this case, they're born from mutant technology and from mutant powers, and so it's just enriching their mutant abilities, or so. So I immediately thought like, okay, this is more so a way to kind of make certain people's powers just better, and also to make, I feel like in some cases, like people is going to kind of like streamline certain abilities to make them make more sense. Because back in the days, some of these powers are really wonky. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Are kind of derpy. So I like that there's a cool way for them to say like, oh no, this is why their abilities are working different, rather than they just started figuring it out differently. Because I like seeing that, but I don't like constantly seeing that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's fair.
There's this precedent for him being able to do this now.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is honestly the first time they've made a point out of it, where in that log that you were talking about, where they were talking about how Sync's abilities got stronger, they don't pull that out too often. And there's been a lot of mutants that have been resurrected at this point. Like the X-Force has been resurrected a few times over, and they've never made a distinct point about that. So this is a good way to like make it interesting and like make it pop out a little bit of information. But yeah, with his newfound power, Sync just torches these other two into fucking dust, leaving the one girl alive. And she just starts to use her self-destruct abilities. And Sync's like, okay, we gotta go right now. And she's like, as she's about to like suicide bomb herself, she's like, you mutants thinking you can run from this, run all you want. Run as fast as you can. You can't outrun us. You can't outrun the future. And we get this little like narration this entire time. I think Sync's been narrating this comic. He's talking about our mission is to remember what we report and remember what we learn and report back, to escape with knowledge. So they're kind of counting on them dying here so that they can be resurrected with the knowledge that they figured out. So basically they're like, yeah, our whole goal is to learn as much as we can and then maybe even die if we can't get out of here. And he says like, our mission was to remember what we learn and report back, to escape with the knowledge. And I'm telling you the truth, man, we did our best. On day one, we entered the vault, and you have no idea what it took to get out, as she explodes, taking out like a portion of the city. And that's where the issue ends. It also ends with this little interesting like tidbit about one of their laws, how the council is completely aware that there is an overstating rule to kill no man, but there are certain people on the on Krakoa who are kind of approved depending on their circumstance. Like I think X-Force is authorized to kill, but and basically the children of the vault don't count as human. So they can be killed, which is like, all right, mutants, damn. But yeah, that's where that issue ends. Super interesting stuff. This is the type of stuff that I was waiting for with X-Men. A lot of the main X-Men title felt like just like dropping little breadcrumbs here and there for the other books, and it never really had anything to itself. And I'm glad that this was a definitely step forward. I don't know, because the next issue looks like it might continue onward. I can't read the little subtitle.
I hope so. I don't know what it says either. I can't. I'll look it up.
Yeah, but
eventually.
The little preview page thing has the Children of the Vault on it, so I'm hoping that this continues into the next issue. But yeah, this was great. This is exactly why I love Hickman in general, because he has these weird high concept ideas. They're very entertaining to read, just like the ideas that he's putting out there. A lot to think about, but yeah, I'm very excited. This is actually, I'll give this my VGI, obviously.
Unborn?
Certified VGI.
Same, VGI for me as well.
Hell yeah.
Maybe it says
Certified VGI.
Unborn?
Well, if you're listening and you want to tell us what it says, leave a comment below and tell us what these things mean, because we don't read the Krakoan language very well, even though it's basically English but with dots around it.
Oh no, that's a T at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me give it a crack.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Is that an O? Is the first one an O? I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
I know the last letter before the question mark is a T.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it. And an N, and the second letter is an N.
The second letter is an N? Well, whatever.
Untart.
Unchart?
That's the next.
Nathan Drake's gonna show up?
The next negator.
Uncharted?
Oh, no. No, I said... I was trying to make a joke about the people.
One last ride, Sully!
But with that being said, I think it's time to move on, guys. It is time to randomize. My Hero Academia.
MBH.
My Brian Academia.
Yes.
This is My Hero.
Oh, geez.
You guys are lucky that Boruto was so good this week. I mean, this month.
Don't worry, I got it for you, bro.
Certified
RGC for me.
Certified
Josh.
Finally, it's been a while, huh?
I know. This is My Hero Academia, chapter 302, The Wrong Way to Put Out a Fire, part 2. Josh's RGC. It starts off not exactly where it left off with Toya attacking the family after having a mental breakdown, but we do see kind of the after effects as Endeavor's sleeve is gone, presumably from having to fight off Toya for a second. And it starts off at night where he's, I guess, visiting his wife's room because, Shoto's room, and he's just commanding his wife to be like, "Yo, I'm too busy at work to look after Shoto the entire time, so we're gonna keep him away from the other kids. There's gonna be some hired help, but don't keep your eyes off Toya." And his mom is just basically like, all he wants you to do is look at him and notice him. That's all. And Endeavor's just so fucking dickish and stubborn. He's like, all I can show anyone is the world of heroes. And Ray looks at him as heroes? Aren't you just running away? Endeavor had nothing to say to that. Shut down.
Oh no.
You questioned the patriarchy. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
If she did more of that, maybe none of this would have happened,
Good point.
No.
It's almost as if...
What?
I'm going to leave it at that.
No, you can say it.
It's almost as if Brian read the whole chapter.
We cut over to 5 years later, and everything's chill, seemingly. Fuyumi and Natsuo come in to Toya, who's just chilling on the computer playing Valorant.
Probably tack RPG game on.
His tack shooters.
Do this, do that. I'm gonna be there. Shoot there.
His hair is completely white now.
Yeah, for real. And they pull up into the room and they're like, "Yo, Toya, let's play." And we've seen this kind of scene before where Shoto is being taken away by his dad while he's watching his siblings play. And it's funny, a funny little parallel with this in One Piece. Sanji is the third son of his family, and so is Shoto. Cute little parallel there. I know it's not on purpose, probably, but it is what it is. Yeah, Endeavor, as Shoto is watching his siblings play, Endeavor just yanks him away by the arm, and is like, he's like, "Please let me play with my brothers and sister, please." And Endeavor's like, "No, it's time for you to train your output capacity," with his beard on fire at home.
Yeah, it's only his chin beard is fucking on
if
fire.
His facial hair was growing. And it's like, bro, you're doing that shit yourself.
It's like it
decided, like, yeah, this is going to be my look for the next little while.
Yeah, it's like casually wearing a tie in your own house. It's like, why are you doing this? And we cut over to the night as Toya's just like talking mad shit about his pops and his family in general, where he's like, "I mean, that one time was my fault, but Dad's to blame too. You know, he won't pay attention to us." And isn't that crazy how, like, is this what modern heroes are about? They're just like making all these kids that they don't need. And Natsuo being not like a head case is like, "Why are you talking about this with me? Can you talk about this with Fuyumi?" And Toya loses his shit a little bit even more, where he's like, "Are you telling me to buzz off, Natsuo? I mean, like, I'm only talking to you because you're the only one here who gets it. You agree, right? The women in this house are nothing." And I'm like, damn, dude. Come on.
And like that's his that's his younger brother, man. He's little. You don't know what the fuck
he's 8 years old,
man. Yeah, he's just like, right.
I'm sleepy.
Okay.
Man, yeah. He's just like laying all this hard shit on his kid, like on his brother, like at 3 a.m. when he's trying to sleep. And the next day he's going off to the mountain. His mom tries to stop him, and she's trying to get to him a little bit, where he's like, "As your mother, it looks like you're suffocating because of who your father is, and you don't have to be a hero. There's so many things you can be." And that's when Toya is just like, "What the hell do you know?" And then he brought up her past, man, like
oh my god, this little asshole.
Yeah, he basically is like,
I'm glad he's an emo jerk now.
Yeah, he's like,
Burns.
I know about grandma and grandpa, how they were fucking so poor that they had to sell you off to Endeavor. And I'm like,
sell your ass.
Yeah, rough, man. And
you purchased your wife, my nigga.
Look, think about it. Like, this is like, even though Dabi does become a fucking villain and all this shit, this is still like, this is just tragic all around. Like he has his right to be upset, right? But he can't, like, of course he shouldn't be disrespectful, but this is essentially him, like, him knowing about this is him essentially realizing that he only existed to meet a certain requirement, and since he didn't meet that requirement, he has no reason to live, you know?
For real. But man, we couldn't talk to mom like this.
Yeah, no, of course not. But like if you were born into a life where you essentially don't matter because you didn't reach a requirement, like, you would be going crazy too at this age, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. No normal person would be okay with this life. Like, some people aren't built for it. Like, Natsuo turned out okay somehow, and so did the sister. I forgot her name, but
Fuyumi.
Not everybody is okay with that, especially when you're the oldest child, right?
Yeah, isn't Fuyumi the oldest one?
No. Dabi is the oldest.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Fuyumi was the second.
Okay, yeah, she's a year younger than he is. Okay.
But he had the like he said, he had the spark lit inside of him from a very young age, and then just to have him try to stomp it out, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I feel that. But yeah, he goes off to the mountain and is, doing his training. He reveals a little bit that his powers are linked to his emotional state at the time. So that could be why he can't control it as much. He has to be in a certain state of mind in order to even summon these flames. But yeah, it also explains that he was born small because he was basically a premature baby, but he had like a growth spurt, and along with those physical changes, his fire changed from red to blue, which is pretty intense.
You know what I just realized now that I'm thinking about it, like now that you mentioned that, I didn't actually think about it, but essentially what this means is that he has to put himself into a really unstable mental place in order to summon these flames to this level,
Yeah.
And that again also reinforces the fact that Dabi was always fucked up and he was never a calm, cool, and collected character. Like
No,
this
I don't
guy
agree, man.
this guy
I
always
think
had to be
he's
fucking fucked up in the head
fire.
in order to use his fire.
My bad. I don't mean to talk over you, bro.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll tell you this, man. It's not like his fire can only go blue when he's going crazy or something like that. He has never used red fire at this point. You know what I'm saying? Since he was, I think they were just saying that he changed. You know what I'm saying? His fire changed from red to blue as he grew up. You know what I'm saying? As he grew up and got stronger. I think that's all.
No, I think he's saying what Brian's saying.
Sorry,
I didn't mean to talk over you. I think what Brian's saying is that like because his fire is linked to his emotional state, but that like it proves that he was never calm and collected. But I don't think that I think that's vague wording where they're like he doesn't have to be like upset, in order to use his ability. He doesn't have to be like in a negative space because he's used his fire with a straight ass smile on his face and with pure excitement. So it's not that he has to be sad or angry in order to use them. Is that I guess he has to be in a heightened state of emotion no matter what that emotion is. And that's what makes his flame stronger. But it does come up to the fact of how he can why it's so uncontrollable when he does use it is that it just comes in a huge burst and he has to moderate his own mood in a way, I guess. But
yeah, the stronger he has to use his flame, the more deranged he becomes, like he every time he uses a show of force or an extreme amount of power, he's never calm. He's always in the most spastic mode, that's when he's truly at his peak. That's why when he first encountered Endeavor, the first time they quote unquote fought, he was going fucking nuts, Yeah.
I don't know. But in any case, onward with the chapter. His dad finds out that he's been training again, and he starts yelling at him. He's just like, "Why? Who told you to fucking do?" And Toya just continues to devolve deeper, and he's like, maybe I can use this. My fire is getting stronger, and maybe I'll be as awesome as Shoto, and maybe I'll be even better than All Might. You'll be glad you created me. I just know it. And in the very next scene, he's shrouded in darkness, yelling at his wife, while Shoto's in the room.
Yeah.
And Shoto's a little boy at this point. He's just crying. He's like, "Stop yelling at my mom!" Just not understanding. Very sad. Fuyumi and Natsuo are in the other room, just together, just covering their ears, and it's a weird time to be them at this point because they're not even part of the conversation at all.
I just said, "Damn it! That's all I asked you to do."
I'm like, "Oof."
You couldn't do that one fucking thing.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Well, yeah, what a dick. And at that point, we get this we cut back to the present where Rei and Endeavor are simultaneously recalling Toya in the woods as the big incident that killed him, to them, happened as the flames within him grew bigger and bigger until he couldn't just control them anymore. And it turns out that all Endeavor ever taught him was how to turn up the heat, instead of also teaching him how to take it down a notch. So that causes him to just like burn up along with the rest of this forest, and the rest is history. At that point, Endeavor apparently felt that there was no turning back now, and that if, I guess he's connecting the fact that like if Shoto turns out to not be worthy of surpassing All Might, then all of it would have been for nothing. So he just poured all of his energy into Shoto. And, the rest is history. This is when Rei starts to really lose her mind as well and starts seeing Endeavor in Natsuo and in Todoroki, or Shoto, as far as we know. And yeah, everybody else was just too scared to get involved. And Natsuo is like, maybe if I just like punched you in the face a few times and made you have a few serious talks with him, then Dabi would have never fucking came about. And we all would have been just enjoying Soba with Shoto all these years. So all of this to say is that the family also acknowledges that they also could have done more. And the entirety of the burden is not on Endeavor. But there is one shining light. One of their children, who suffered more than any of them, has been doing pretty well, and has, despite everything that has happened and every right that they have, has started calling her mom again. And he's been making friends at UA, and now he's been the one saving us. Shoto is our family hero. And with that, we see that little visage of the past with Todoroki and Midoriya, from the sports festival. And Shoto finally speaks. His throat is all fucked up from being burnt, and he's basically like, I talked with Mom, and I thought this couldn't be your battle to fight, that I was the only one who could do it, but I was wrong. Once you're done grieving, stand up, because we all have to go and stop Toya. And that's where the chapter ends, with Best Jeanist and Hawks outside, which I'm presuming they kind of arranged this whole thing to go down and convince the family to come together at this time.
It also looks like he's recording them too.
Oh yeah, maybe. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. I just thought he was on his phone. But yeah.
Oh no, I think that's his phone that he has out to like talk, right? I don't think he's recording them.
Being a bitch ass nigga, so we can use it against him later.
Yeah, nobody will.
Josh, why'd you give this chapter an RGC out of all the other ones so far?
Because I felt like it was the culmination of what everything they was trying to say and what they were showing. I think there's still more pieces to the story that we need to find out, like from Davi's side, like what happened after. And then I'll tell you this: what this chapter did was leave me super interested, for what's next. And My Hero Academia hadn't been doing that, for me so much, but it has been doing that more so for me now. And this chapter was that. I mean, last week I know I was cracking a lot of. I don't know if that was last week or the week before. I forget sometimes, man. But I remember cracking a lot of jokes. But towards the end, I made a point where I really see what they're doing here, and I think it's really good writing, and I think it's super unique. How they're breaking down, like they're not just saying, "Oh, like here's his father that was an angry jerk." They're breaking down the whole family dynamic of why they were dysfunctional, and everyone's kind of owning up for it. This is like super healthy and not cheesy at all, in the slightest, and it's slowing down the pace.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
this is the stuff I want to see. We have years and years of plot to come.
Yeah. And right. The best part about it is that it's not done yet. Like this arc is not over here, because it all ends when they finally confront Dabi. So it's how they stick the landing at the end of the day, I think. But yeah, I'm excited.
Looking good so far.
Yeah, I'm excited for what's to come. I mean, Horikoshi has always been a very interesting writer when it comes to character. When he like takes his time and slows down and really like takes a microscope to things, he's very good at it. So I'm very excited for what's to come, and maybe we'll get a little bit more shine on some other characters now as well. Maybe we'll get one more chapter on this to like really close out Endeavor and his like maybe a press conference. And I don't know what's going to happen next. That's the best part about all of this, is that I'm not sure where this goes in a good way. I don't know if
I think
Midoriya wakes up immediately. I don't know if we're gonna focus on
no
another
way is he gonna
character.
wake up.
I don't know if we're gonna do.
Midoriya is already a god, okay? So he don't need to wake up. Everyone else needs their time to be in the spotlight and get better. So when Midoriya wakes up, he can go back to being number one.
For real.
And unlocking all his abilities
Yeah. But
day after day. Minimal training.
yeah. But that's all I was gonna say about my hero. Any closing thoughts before we move on?
I said all my petty shit already.
I just want to say that, like, this, I've said it before, and I'll say it again, this Todoroki backstory stuff and everything involving the Todoroki family is really heavy shit, but it feels like something that would happen in real life, you know? And even though it's obviously without the powers part of it or whatever, but man, does this guy, like, he has to walk on eggshells to make sure that he writes this stuff perfectly, because My Hero Academia gets like bad reactions from less, you know?
Oh yeah.
And the way this guy writes these is just so fucking good. And man, I love how he sets this up, and I'm really excited to see where he goes from here regarding Endeavor and Shoto.
Yeah, I feel like he's unaffected by that shit. Like, I think like when you're an artist and you're doing something out there and you're putting your work out in your soul, you gotta do it the best way you can. I mean, of course, be considerate, but it's also like, man, haters gonna hate no matter what. Like, there's no such thing as a perfectly received story. So I don't think it affects him all that much. As well, it shouldn't. Good for him. Josh, you're sideways.
I'm in. You guys are sideways. I'm not.
You're sideways.
God, this is
Um,
fucking chapter, dude.
All right.
I had a thought. I was gonna say something based on what you just said, Chris, but I forgot. It's alright. It was probably gonna be sarcastic. Anyway.
All right. Well, with that being said, it's time to move on. Let us randomize. Black Clover. This is Black Clover chapter 283, a huge melee. And at the time of this recording, in the lead for the certified really good chapter of the week by the audience. I'm not going to give it to it yet because it's not official. If you listen to this podcast in time, it'll be up for another 20 hours at this point that we're recording right now. So maybe by the time it goes up, like maybe an hour or two from now, it'll be like 18 hours. You have time to boost up the other scores. But for now, Black Clover has...
Nah. No. Everybody vote for Black Clover. You know you want to. You can't resist the urge. Just let it happen.
It's a pretty dominant score, too. It's got 51% of the vote right now.
Listen, there are very few things that are certain in life, but Black Clover winning the audience RGC is not one of them. One of them.
This is true. But anyway, this is Black Clover, chapter 283, a huge melee. Last we left off, Asta totally came up and showed up this fucking demon, easy mode, clean sword work. And now he's about to head out to the Spade Kingdom. But he realized even with Devil Union, that's gonna take forever. And the little demon Guido Mello says that he can't do ultra long distance teleportation without Noct. So, in any case, it's gonna take forever to get there. And they're like, so what should we? Oh. His union form just dissipates and he falls almost to his death. But then a portal opens up and teleports him to safety. And these mysterious figures show up. Ooh, I wonder who they are.
I know who the one with the heels is.
No, you couldn't have possibly picked that up. There's no way
I know who the guy who's using the spatial magic is.
No, there's no way you know who that is. Stop it. Shut your mouth. You don't know.
I'm a Black Clover expert.
Who do you guys think?
Based on their feet.
Yeah. But in any case, they're all just like, trying to head over all by yourself is pretty cold, don't you think? And then Asta gives a big smile and he says, got it, which feels like the wrong thing to say to what was just said to him. Like I feel like it doesn't work sentence wise, but
Yeah.
what ifs?
Yeah.
What ifs?
Probably a translation error.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Meanwhile, back at the Spade Kingdom, all hell is breaking loose. Civilians of the Spade Kingdom are being attacked, and the fucking Mage Defense Force steps up to defend everybody. I guess as best they can. But you know, this fucking they're mainly saved by more supporting cast members. The poison magic lady puts them into these lizard poison things, and they hide them using snow creation, and then use Valtos's spatial magic to evacuate civilians as they come. So yeah, everything's being handled to the most part. A demon's about to attack the defense force, but that's when a big ass fireball comes through, and guess who it is? It's fucking Fuego Leon coming in with Salamander, his big fire dragon, and he burns them all up. Very cool. But you know, there's more demons. It's nearly never ending. It's looking pretty bad on their side, but then all of a sudden a big beam of magic comes through, and who could it be but like a ton of the supporting cast that weren't there. So I guess like the folks that were hiding out with the Heart Kingdom pirates. I almost called them pirates.
Heart Kingdom Pirates.
I almost called them the Heart.
Wow.
Because I got it mixed up in my head with the Heart Pirates. But the Heart Kingdom folks, you know, Noel and Luck and the little brother of Fuego Leon, Charmy.
Yeah.
His name is not Ganja. His name is something with a G. Whatever. Heart Kingdom folks are here, and they're about to fuck shit up. So, yay. I like this. I didn't mean to say it like that. This is pretty cool. I like this 2-page spread where they're all in their cool poses. I'm into it.
Look at the guy in the front.
Yeah, what is that pose from Luck?
My lanky arms.
Looks like this.
This is why weebs be looking so weird, because they be reading manga and look at anime and they think it looks so cool, then they do it in real life.
Yeah, they just stand like, huh.
And it's just like, bro.
No, Brian, I think
he's more
no.
much more athletic stance than that.
Yeah, no, he's not doing that. He's got like 3 technique stance, I think, where he's like,
He's like a orangutan.
Yeah, something like that.
Low arms. That was a good effort, though, Brian. I like that.
I mean, I appreciate it
for sure.
We all appreciate a visual aid, but
yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun chapter. I mean, it wasn't as cool as the last one. It's not as cool as the last one, honestly, but I think it's cool. I like the art. It was fun.
He definitely thought this was going to be the best one this week. He was on fire and was like, man, I'm going to hit y'all niggas with all of these side characters. Yeah. And you know what? It was okay.
Yeah, for real.
It was like, all right.
It was like, oh, I bet you missed the brother of Fuego Leon. I bet you missed him. His name is Leopold, I think. Leo something. Ooh, I bet you're fucking stoked at Leo.
Like, what are they gonna do? Kill more of the fodder enemies? Whatever. I guess I'm not mad.
Oh, and the big Heart Kingdom folks are here, like the 0 stage mages.
Come on, you know
such a big
got
deal.
We got the occult fan bases of those super obscure characters.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like how you're a fan of Papao.
This is true. I mean, if Papag pulled up to Wano right now, if Papagu showed up, ooh, I'm like, yeah, that's just all they need is the Starface.
Even if it was just commentary, he was just there to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
He's
to wear his beanie.
This adds weight. This adds weight and stakes and lore.
Yeah.
And undertones.
Yeah.
For what's to come, all of that. He's a big deal. He came back to Fishman Island. Don't forget.
Is this how it feels like when people who don't like One Piece as much see like a character come back? Oh, also not leaked is back.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, all right. No, my thing is, I feel the way they're being brought in is like, what are y'all gonna do? Deal with all these fodder demons? Everyone's not gonna get a one-on-one fight. There's only so much that can happen. I feel like that's one of the issues with Black Clover. They do give characters spotlights and shit more so than Naruto did in its later years, But
yeah,
it's just too much.
Yeah, how many characters are even in this 2-page spread? Which is very impressive that he's able to fit so many.
3 people.
Which 3 people?
The end.
Who? The 3 people?
Okay.
They're like Heart Kingdom.
Yeah, I know, but who?
Stage 0 mages, I think. No?
Oh, whatever. Like, that's supposed to mean anything.
I can't believe they're just like shoving Leaked back there. Just like fucking, he's just behind Luck. That's a big deal. He was a villain for most of the series. I think he'd be at least more prominent than this one lady that's next to Charmy. Like this lady that's next to Charmy, I don't know who she is, but why is she way up there in front of Leaked?
Super annoying. I don't even see Leaked. Oh, he's just back there. He's supposed to be yeah. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, but I don't know. If anything, that's Black Clover. Very
interesting design choice.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is the old days where we really used to like pick Black Clover apart. But we did like this chapter. We're back to the old days where we had to plead with the audience, like, no, don't worry.
Audience definitely did.
We don't worry. We like this, but this is crazy. They put Leaked in the back.
We promise. We like Black Clover. We swear.
No, you don't.
I like
I'm
it.
all right with it. I'm all right with it.
That is your rival room.
Yeah, this is true, Brian. You get very upset every time it wins. The audience.
No, I'm just memeing.
Black Clover is on the same level as My Hero Academia in quality.
For sure. Easily similar in writing. Like right here.
Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian. Accept that reality right now.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to have to quit the show, guys. Sorry. This is my last episode.
Okay.
Oh, My Hero Academia is ending next week? That's crazy.
That's wild. But yeah, Black Clover. It's time to move on.
Sorry.
We're dragging. It's time to move on. It is time to randomize. Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about Dragon Ball Super.
I can't believe how many times
you read it, Brian?
I did read it. I was like, wait, what the fuck? What else do we have to what else do we have to read?
Yeah, I can't believe you forgot your second favorite series. You pleaded with us.
I don't know, dude. Those fire puns really
that shit cut
like
deep the other day.
Yeah, that shit. I have PTSD over that, to be honest.
Yeah, I get flashbacks from time to time. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this is
Oatmeal, right? What's his name?
This is Dragon Ball Super Chapter 69, The Evolution of Planet Cereal.
Oh, wait, Chris. I bet you. I guess you could say those heater puns really got burned into my mind.
Yeah, they certainly did. I love that one.
This is the
evolution of Planet Cereal. This guy,
he's
a glutton for punishment. Huh?
I'll tell you what, Toriyama was never this overt. I think he's like literally 60 and is like, I don't care anymore. I at least tried to hide that like Vegeta was
I'm
about.
a man, I'll do whatever the fuck I please.
Yeah, literally.
honestly, like I think the Universe 6 is it Universe 6 fucking Saiyans had more like corny ass names.
I don't know about
that. Where Dark Goku was from?
No,
that's
it's a way worse story.
That's a future.
It's a way dumber story than that, Josh. It would be better if he was an alternate reality Goku, but he's not. He's not.
He's not?
No.
What is he then?
It's a long story. I'm not going to go through with it. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through.
Okay.
I don't even know if I can explain it properly.
We'll move on.
So we arrive on the planet Cereal, and Granola gets off of the plane. He meets up with this weird amphibian-looking guy. And these are the Shugarians. They're not Cerealians. They're Shugarians.
Like sugar?
Yeah, like sugar.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure these are the guys who like if Cerealian and a Shugarian got together, they would make a Frosted Flakian.
yeah, for real. The
Yeah.
Frosted Flakian.
Oh yeah, this nigga's name is Granola. I forgot.
Yeah, his name is Granola. I mean, we don't know the name of these Shugarians, but I'm sure one of them is named Glucocorus or something like that, or Sucocorus.
Glucose, right?
Sucrose, something like that.
Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka. There's
Eve.
they're just named
Yeah.
sugar but in different languages and different scientific breakdowns of it. One of them's name's corn syrup. Is one he picks up
corn
like,
syrup.
yeah, I mean you gotta hide it the best you can. You can't just be granola. You have to be granola with an H at the end.
La. La. Gotta give that little exhale of breath at the end of granola. Not
Granola.
silent. Not a silent H. Not
Granola.
confirmed to be silent. Anyway.
So he goes to the shop and he picks up some stuff, and he's going to visit what I thought was going to be Oatmeal, the guy he's been talking to this entire time. But it's not. It's actually this Namekian that lives on the edge of town, but we'll get to that later. Because we learn that while he's talking to, I guess, Oatmeal, and he's like, hey, Granola, why don't you live amongst the Shugarians? And he's like, nah, I don't like that shit. They gentrified planet Cereal. I don't appreciate it. Because apparently the city was set up by the Heaters, who, after the planet Cereal was destroyed by Frieza, they basically rebuilt it. So, yeah. They have he has a deal with the Shugarians and he lives there now.
I guess you could say the Shugarians are a hot commodity.
God damn it. Oh,
for the Heaters.
Okay, Brian.
The pirates called the Heaters.
Yo, you know what, Brian? This was your idea to cover this series. I don't know why you give it.
It was. My life would have been moving on just perfectly fine without Dragon Ball
Man,
Super.
I'm sorry. I just can't let it go.
And
I can't let it
It
go.
is behind it anyway with the power arc. So
Yeah.
Every time
that's kind of interesting.
every time the water in my shower is just a little too hot.
Yeah.
I just get reminded of the pain.
and the puns
Yeah. In any case.
tattooing in memory.
So apparently, Granola lives on a mountaintop where he can see his destroyed town from, and he chose he chooses to live there as a reminder to what the Saiyans did to his house, to his homeland.
This is a 10. This is a 10 on the
man.
edge bar. This is a 10 on the edge meter right here.
Oh yeah, living in a place where you can easily see the source of your PTSD. I get that. That's where you have a perfect view of your post-traumatic stress disorder. That's awesome.
And you can just hear the roars of the people who killed your family. Yeah, that's
true.
edgy right there.
We cut back to Beerus's planet as he points away from Vegeta and is like, "How many planets have you destroyed?" And Vegeta's like, "I don't know, man. We did a lot of damage out here."
Like, bro, we was wildin'. I ain't gonna lie to
Want me
you,
to pull out the rap sheet, bro?
Severoski, I ain't gonna hold you.
Yo, let me check the score real fast.
I ain't on your level, but we was doing the most out there.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like,
Then I had a kid.
he tried to say like, yo, I mean, we were doing shit, but then Frieza came along and really like ramped up the destruction. And Beerus is like, trying to blame all of this on Frieza. And Vegeta's like, no, not in the least.
Yeah, nigga.
Vegeta's like, absolutely not. Vegeta said, I mean, Frieza was definitely a part of it, but, my dad was like, oh, hell yeah. We'll work for you, destroy planets and shit. So, yeah, after that point, he's like, after Frieza's clan taking control didn't help, but the seeds of destruction were sown before that. And Beerus is like, so it was the Saiyan's destiny to be wiped out then. And Vegeta's like, yeah, man, they were wilding. And he's basically like, that's ridiculous. Vegeta's like, wait, why are we even talking about this? What is, you're supposed to show me a technique used by gods of destruction. What does this have to do with the history of Saiyans? And he says plenty, as he just destroys a planet, but it's not like a planet with people on it. He just destroys a planet just easily.
Yeah, they're artificial planets. I think that's what they called them in this chapter. Oh, it's a decorative planet.
God, imagine having that. Imagine creating planets just so you can just have as a decoration. So yeah, he's basically like, the reason I'm able to do this is because I think about fucking destruction all day, every day. And you're too hung up on your past, basically. He's saying like, hey man, like the fucking Saiyans thing is not all on you, you know, and that's the reason you'll never push forward, is that you're always feeling regret and you're shackled by the shitty history of your people. So, you know, as long as you're trapped by the past, you'll never manage to grow past this point. And then he displays his ultimate technique, just called destruction, blasts Vegeta right in the gut, eliminating like his fucking armor that he always wears.
Damn.
And he's like, my mind's on destruction and nothing else. And that's why there's no limit to my power. But listen, if you really want to have this power, you're going to have to destroy any stray thoughts and recreate yourself from scratch. Before creation comes destruction. And Vegeta's like, oh,
dude, just make the Dragon Ball Super about Vegeta. Every single time they focus on Vegeta, the series is just exponentially better.
Yeah, even I'm interested right now, guys. I'm legitimately interested. Damn, I wanted this to continue to be the butt of all my jokes, but I don't know.
I mean, it still can be.
This attention and some actual development and learning and stuff.
I mean, it can be. I mean, there's undoubtedly Vegeta gonna get his ass whooped in this arc still. So
for sure. I mean, he just did now, but yeah,
it's indubitably gonna happen. He's gonna get an indubitable ass whooping. It's not good. We cut back to the Heater's hideout, and it turns out like I guess they're getting footage from Granola's ship to that time where he visited Zuno, and he's like, whoa, jot down the coordinates, Oil. And Oil jots down the coordinates of where he's been, because apparently I forgot about, like, why does Granola go? Was Granola there? I don't even really remember. How are they getting this footage? I don't know.
No, it's coming from what's his fucking name? Shit. The fucking X-23 or some shit. OG-73. There you go. Yeah, it's going. They're going through OG-73's memories or whatever.
My bad. I thought it was like his ship or whatever. Okay, so yeah, they got the coordinates for Zuno now, which is not cool. And they apparently learn about the Dragon Balls at this point. And they explain like, oh, cool. You should get these Dragon Balls. And basically one of them remembers like, wait, Namekians. After explaining that these are the balls created by Namekians and they're able to grant any wish once they're together. One of them was like, oh, I remember the Namekians. Why does that sound familiar? And they're like, the Namekians are a tribe that used to live on the planet Cereal. And it's like, oh, yeah.
That's interesting. We didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, I remember that. There's a lone survivor. An old fart named Monaito. So, you know, it just so happens he lives with our pal Granola. We cut back
also, I'm proud of Toriyama because there wasn't a single fire pun in this whole engagement. So,
good catch.
A round of applause. Round of applause.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you.
Back to the planet Cereal, we meet Monaito, the old Namekian that is living on Cereal, and apparently they have one of the Dragon Balls from the planet Cereal already collected. And Granola's just like, man, if only we could use the Dragon Balls to get revenge on Frieza. And Monaito's like, no, you're not supposed to use these for revenge. But yeah, we learn a little bit more about the lore behind the Dragon Balls in general. There are sets of Dragon Balls may size and vary in number depending on who created them. There could be other planets that have Dragon Balls depending on whether they're separate tribes of Namekians who are on that planet, like Monaido was. So, and the Namekians themselves aren't aware of if like these other Namekians even survive. We obviously know one of them did. So he continues to explain, is like, yeah, I'm kind of like the guy who created the Dragon Balls. Monaido is, and after I die, the Dragon Balls will go with him. And Granola's like, what? No. What if I find the other Dragon Ball and wish for our planet to be just restored to the way it was 50 years ago? And Monaido's like, well, what about the Shigarians?
They had a nice little society here. And they ain't have no home. They found a new home and no one was here. Was you gonna kick them the fuck out?
Yeah. And he's like, oh,
point.
Fine.
Like, I guess. Shigarians are kind of cool. What ifs? Not into genocide and all that.
Yeah. So in the most plot convenient thing ever, Granola's watching Shigarian TV. Where these two Shigarians are just singing about sugar toast. And he's just grasping one of the Dragon Balls in his hands. And then the news pops up where this newscaster Shigarian is reporting that they found a Dragon Ball. And there are only 2 Dragon Balls required by this planet. So
wow,
yeah, so out of pure circumstance and coincidence, he found the exact location of where the fucking second Dragon Ball is, goes Mission Impossible, steals it, and he summons the dragon of which looks different from the other dragons. It looks kind of cool.
Cereal Shenron.
Yeah, every dragon looks different.
Yeah, the Cereal Shenron is like, hello, I am the dragon for this world. I will grant you.
The Namekian Shenron was boss.
Oh, dude, he had arms. He lifted. But this is just another weird salamander dragon. So you need not state your wish in his language. What? Oh yeah, that's also coincidental because the Namekian dragon can only summon or can only grant wishes in the Namekian language. But this dragon can just do it in any language.
I'm guessing it's because it's not Namek, so it's not. You don't need like Namekian language to speak it. It's more so for like help. Like it's more for convenience for anybody who summons it. Okay. It's the same thing for the Earth. It's the same thing for the Earthling one, isn't it?
I'm joking.
It has to be in English or in Earth.
I'm guessing that the dragon conforms to languages that are spoken on separate planets.
So then why do you have to? Okay.
Whatever.
So
what do you mean?
They only speak Namekian on Namek, and on Earth, Shenron can speak many languages because there's many different languages.
Yeah, because it's Earth. And then on this one, I'm guessing it speaks like Cerealian. Yeah.
Yeah. My theory is that this is just some bullshit asshole dragon. And
I agree.
Only took 2 Dragon Balls, so, whatever. Anything's fair game when it's an asshole,
I feel like
right?
this dragon might be extremely weaker in comparison to like other dragons.
Well,
you're right. He actually says, "If it is within my power, your single wish is my command."
That's my favorite
part. The other ones ever gave that caveat, right?
I don't think so.
He was like, "If I can do it, I got you."
Which is really funny because like Granola yells at him like, "Turn me into the greatest warrior in the universe." And the dragon,
and he's looking at him like.
He'll probably give him like he'll probably be like, you kind of have to like bring down the scale a bit, brother. Like, you want to be the strongest guy in like your near subways.
Oh, usually when people summon me, they ask for like $30, but
yeah,
I'll be like, I got you, just as long as it's not $31.
I really like that idea. I hope the next chapter starts is like, are you crazy? I can't do.
What made you think I could do something?
I would love and respect Toriyama forever if that was the case.
I feel like that's what he's going
That would
for
be my
here.
favorite series if that happens.
I feel
Automatically. Real trigger to decide.
If he opened the chapter with a big ass "fuck out of here,"
Like, nah. You are out of pocket, my guy.
for real.
he's like, I gotta go talk to Omega Shenron management before I pull the trigger on this one. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, he's just this HR rep. Is like, oh yeah, I have to. I'm glad you requested your order. I'll have to run it up the chain before I can't authorize a wisp of that magnitude. I have to talk to the Earth Dragon, and then he has to talk to the Namekian Dragon. So.
Yeah, he said, because last time I went off and did what I had to do, Namekian Shenron punched me in my jaw. So,
And man,
that nigga lives.
He
I was
lives.
on probation for 5,000 years after that one too.
Yeah, you want to be stronger than Purunga? Fuck out of here. You have to lift a lot more than that.
I can't imagine that a 2-star dragon would be able to do all the things that a 7-star dragon would be.
No.
able to do,
Yeah,
you know?
I think the amount of Dragon Balls, like, all jokes aside, probably has something to do with, like, his info.
Yeah.
It's got to be some type of...
Well, I'm excited now. I'm excited for the
Yeah,
next.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I'm
you know.
excited for. I hope he doesn't just
Like,
get.
next time I see Dragon Ball Super in the lineup, I'm not going to be like, oh, I have to read this. Maybe I'll be like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
About to read this.
Yeah.
You know what I think it's gonna end up being?
I'm about
Like,
to enjoy myself.
I think like the heaters are gonna show up at this exact moment, and then like because he's gonna be like, I can't turn you into the strongest guy in the universe, but I can make you into the strongest guy on the planet. And when the hero the heaters show up, he's gonna be like, make me the strongest person on the planet, and then he's gonna be stronger than the fucking like
Heaters.
no
They're
there's
deadly, man.
there's that one
Heaters,
small
man.
dude that beat his ass. Remember him? And,
Yeah.
And Granola didn't stand a
Oh,
chance. He's
Majin
gonna be
Buu,
stronger
Kid
than
Buu
him.
with dreads. You mean?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
I forgot
they
his
were
name
like,
already.
Man, if he gets stronger than you, we're in trouble. And he was like, never gonna happen.
Never.
You didn't know that this guy would cheat and use weirdo dragon magic.
No.
I called it. That's exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, brother, but I can make you stronger than a Shigarian if you want."
Yeah, and the Shigarians, I gotta tell you, not that tough. So
That's
I'll probably end up making you weaker, if anything. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think you gotta-
Gas. His name is Gas.
You should go to Namek. Honestly, I think.
Yeah, hit up Namek, bro. Like maybe that guy can hook you up.
Purunga would probably help you out a little bit more. But yeah, that was Dragon Ball Super. Fun chapter overall. Honestly, in all genuineness, like there's some stuff that is interesting pertaining to Vegeta and all that stuff. As usual, when is it ever not interesting when it comes to Vegeta? But yeah, that was Dragon Ball Super, and that has been our show. Woo-wee. Thank you guys so much for listening. You could find me at the Chris Aspinall, Brian at b.esp, Josh at JTCole_37. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on there. So do that. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a comment, tell us what you think about this week's comics. Don't forget, you still have, at the time of this podcast, time to overtake Black Clover in the RGC, so follow us on Twitter to do that. I think that's email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much. Next week, 100!
oh my god, next week is fucking episode 100.
So exciting.
Oh man, guys, yeah.
Oh yeah. Next week we also
I have
celebrate
a
it.
little sign.
We celebrate it with World Trigger too, because it's back next week.
Oh
Poggers.
man, I ain't gonna lie. We waiting to do the episode until that shit come out. I'm letting y'all know right now.
Hell yeah. All right.
Don't call me about doing no podcast until I read that shit.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and stay safe, New Jump citizens.